This week on WTHS, we are taking a look at the new Mississippi state flag flying over our school district and checking in on structure as they work hard to prepare for upcoming events. Welcome back to another episode of WTHS News. I'm Meri Wolfe. On January 11th, the newly voted on design featuring our state flower, the magnolia, became the official Mississippi state flag. A few of Tupelo High School's administrators and staff members gathered to witness the raising of the new flag over our school for the very first time. This was a historical moment for our school and our state. Several Tupelo staff members said that they were inspired by this ceremony. In other news, Tupelo is excited about upcoming events regarding Structure. Structure is a band currently made up of 11 talented members who all bring different skills to the table. Sarah showcases this award-winning group. Thanks, Sarah. These Tupelo High School students have been working really hard, and sports teams have as well. Both the boys and the girls soccer teams competed in the first round of playoffs. Alyssa has an update.
Hey guys, it's Alyssa.
Thanks, Alyssa. Be sure to swing back to WTHS next week to get more sports updates as baseball and softball begin their spring seasons on Monday. On another note, Emerson takes us behind the mask as she introduces us to Tupelo High School's Teacher of the Year, Miss Sherry Chumley.
Mrs. Sherry Chumley.
Thanks, Emerson. Tupelo High School is honored to have so many hardworking and dedicated teachers such as Miss Chumley. That's all we have for this week. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching this week's edition of WTHS News and have a great weekend. This week on WTHS, we're looking at what CTE classes are doing to spread breast cancer awareness and checking in on a student here at the high school whose dedication and spirit has greatly impacted our school. Welcome back to this week's edition of WTHS News. I'm Meri Wolfe. Breast cancer is the second most common cancer among women in the United States. CTE classes such as collision repair and digital media are doing their part to support survivors for the month of October. Sarah Bazell has more on this topic. Thanks, Sarah. Some of these classes have been spreading awareness for almost 5 years now. We all have a chance to show our support on October 30th at the Pink Out game. Speaking of football games, Paris has this week's sports edition. Thanks, Paris. There are so many different stories and backgrounds here at Tupelo, so we're introducing a new segment that takes a look into the lives of our very own teachers and students called Behind the Mask. Alexis Leasy introduces us to senior cheerleader Samarius Walker.
Tupelo, Golden!
Tonight is the first home football game of the season. Students and families are excited to celebrate senior night, plus different classes are making adjustments to comply with the new guidelines regarding COVID-19. Welcome back to WTHS News. I'm Meri Wolfe. Many of us were not alive during the tragedy of 9/11 that so greatly affected our nation. However, we recognize the importance of learning about the events that occurred on this day. Nearly 3,000 people died during the terrorist attacks. The way that Americans came together to pray for our nation and help those in need is inspiring to our generation. In other news, many classes have made changes in regards to COVID-19 in order to keep everyone safe and healthy during this global pandemic. Ari Giorgenti has more on this topic.
The coronavirus officially hitting the U.S.
Thanks, Ari. Not only has the coronavirus changed the way things are done in the classroom, it has also profoundly impacted sports. Paris has this week's sports edition. Thanks, Paris. Students were taken by surprise on August 28th when they heard of Chadwick Boseman's passing due to a long battle with colon cancer. Shelby Spain talks to a couple of students about how they feel in regards to his death. So many students, including myself, are deeply saddened by the loss of such an inspirational person. That's all we have for this week. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and thank you so much for watching this week's edition of WTHS.